track, 5-second board being shown.
Yeah, it is. So I think basically we've got a 4-lap race ahead of us then for the 5 Club Racing MX-5 Cup. Red lights go out, the race gets underway. And it's a good start by Michael Pearce from the front of the grid. A pretty shoddy start, I would say, from Martin Vernon. He's already back to about the 9th place. He finished race 1 in, I think, as the cars head off up towards Riches. But it's Michael Pearce leading then. Who is that in second? It's Samuel Gorman, I think, that's made its way into second place as they go into Riches for the first time. Third looks to be Zoltan Shabai. And fourth is Ben Smiles in the 46 car, I think, but he's very sideways. Whoa! And he makes contact with the number 97 car of Jack Lawrence, but they both survive that as they head down to Wilson. So it's Pearce leading, Gorma second, Shabai third, as they turn their way gingerly through Wilson. No big schmozzle like there was there on the opening lap of the earlier race this morning. Everyone's being very cautious indeed now as they head down towards Palmer for the first time. Pearce still there ahead. It'll be interesting to see if the likes of Richardson and Walker Hansel and Leach can come through here. They were the podium finishes earlier on this morning.
Quick reactions from Ben Smiles out of Richardson, the youngster, the 17-year-old. Doing a great job just about hanging on to that. And I do think Jack Lawrence did help a little bit with him pinging off the side of number 97 machine. We've got Matthew Short side by side further down the order with Scott Lawrence, and Short round the outside of Agostini. Now that was Samuel Gorma going very sideways, and another sideways moment there for Jack Lawrence. That's allowed Oak Richardson to come through, and I believe Ian Tomlinson as well, who's just picked up a spot there as a result of that. But there is your championship leader, the blue car with the yellow stars on it. Michael Pearce through into the lead, though, ahead of Sam Gorma as they make their way around Williams for the first time at speed. Oak Richardson going for a manoeuvre here on Ben Smiles. He had a great run out of Williams onto the Bentley straight. I'm sure that Smiles was smiling after his mega save. 3 wide down the Bentley straight with Richardson on the inside, potentially taking 2 in 1 manoeuvre here, and getting himself up into 3rd place. So great stuff from the championship leader. He's cleared Smiles and the Zoltan Shabai car as well. That, I must say, had a very quick start. Didn't quite manage to make the most of it, but I was looking out the window and definitely seemed to get off the line. The Bears, Richardson very sideways on the curbing. Not a whole lot of grip out there, and that has allowed the Gorma car to go back through as well. So he's lost a ton of places there just with that little moment. Still Michael Pearce who leads though. Now Richardson to hold on to second place for now. I thought for a second he was going to lose out to both Smiles and Sam Gorma.
So over the line they come to complete lap number 1. It's Pearce leading, Richardson in second, Ben Smiles is third, Samuel Gorma is fourth, Zoltan Shabai is fifth, Samuel Cancel is sixth, Ian Tomlinson 7th, Scott Leach 8th, Jack Lawrence 9th, and Roger Chesneau is in 10th position. But it's Pearce leading by almost exactly a second then at the end of the first lap of the race. But for how long is that going to be the case? Not long, I don't think, because Richards is up the inside into the Wilson hairpin, and he goes through to take the lead. So that's not bad, is it? 9th to the lead in a lap and 2 corners. Pearce down to second, Smiles third, Gorma with them in fourth. And Shabai has, I think, someone more cancel trying to take 5th place off him as well as they came out of Wilson that time. But Richardson's got the lead. Can he hold on to it? No, he can't. Fair play to Michael Pearce. He's gone back around the outside at Palmer, and Richardson's got to do that again.
Smiles is very nearly off the road coming out of Palmer. It was a bit over-ambitious with that outside manoeuvre. There was a car just behind it that looked like it was headed towards the grass as well. But yeah, fair play to Michael Pearce, fighting back against the championship leader. Doing a great job out there to reclaim the lead. It's 5 minutes left on the clock. And Richardson back down into second place. Ben Smiles holding on to third ahead of Sam Gorma and Zoltan Shabai. You see Richardson taking 2 very different lines, turning into the corner much, much later, trying different lines to the race leader. This one's worked out very nicely for him on the exit of Oggies. It's given him the line into Williams. Again, he runs out slightly wider. Pierce tries to crisscross and straighten up the car for the Bentley straights. He managed to retake the lead almost immediately when Richardson went through on the previous lap. We've had 3 lead changes. Is it going to be a 4th as we get into the Brundle and Nelson complex? For now, it is just the 3, with Richardson holding the advantage into the left-hander, and yes, now consolidating that lead change and trying to pull away, with Ben Smiles now looking the aggressor, although again finding a bit more curbing on the outside line there. They're starting to just pull away from the Gourmet and Shabai battle behind them for 4th place. Smiles carrying a lot of speed through the bomb hole, lighting up those rear Massimo tyres, trying to get the line into Coram. He's managed to make it work though. Great job from the youngster. Has a little twitch on the way in, but does take 2nd place away from Michael Pierce.
He does indeed. So that was entertaining stuff from young Ben in his first season of racing in the 5 Club MX-5 Cup, and up into P2 he has gone with that sort of little squirmy movement through the bomb hole section. Now he's got to try and pull away from Michael Pierce and see if he can get on terms with Richardson here. 3.5 minutes to go, so there'll be 2 more laps to go in this race. Richardson that time did the first flying lap of 2:59.834. I think we'll find it's the only driver under the 3-minute mark on that first flying lap of the race.
Simon Walker-Hansel's made up 2 places on that previous lap, ahead of Zoltan Chabai and Sam Gourmet. And so Walker-Hansel, who's been on the podium in both races so far this weekend, our race 1 winner, of course, as well. Onto the back now of this podium battle. Do not count him out either, as we've got the number 97 of Jack Lawrence getting very sideways on the exit of Ritchie's. You've got the 64 there of Scott Lawrence on the inside of Roger Chesno into the Wilson hairpin. Ian Tomlinson just ahead of them as well. So it's the battle for 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th. Here are the leaders though, with Michael Pierce trying to reclaim 2nd position. Simon Walker-Hansel soon to enter this battle as well. We've got a lap and a half remaining, I think we estimated. There is Walker-Hansel, our race 1 winner. It was his first victory in MX-5 competition yesterday, and trying to make it 3 consecutive podiums here at Snetterton as well, with Pierce just in front of him. Ben Smiles has got right up to the back of Oak Richardson though. He led by 2 seconds at the start of the lap. He's leading by less than a car length now, as Ben Smiles now tries that line that Richardson used to such good effect on the previous lap against Michael Pierce. Did not work for him though. 1 iota. Richardson pulled away about 2 car lengths.
But all of a sudden, there seems to be all back together again, because Simon Walker-Hansel now with them as well. He's slotting up on the inside line of Michael Pierce as they come through Williams and onto the Bentley straight. Now that, if he stays there, will give him the outside line for Brundle. He might just be advised to stick in make sure he picks up a toe here, which he might do from Ben Smiles actually, and I think that's exactly what has happened, and he has gone through into 3rd place. I'm pretty sure, it's hard to tell now. He's going to go 2nd around the outside of Ben Smiles. He's almost going to get the lead here as Oak Richardson has almost stopped at Dalton, that part of the circuit. So it's Oak Richardson clinging on here, and then it's up to 2nd place now, Simon Walker-Hansel. Great move there. 2 places made down the Bentley straight. Ben Smiles 3rd, Michael Pierce in 4th. Quite a long way clear then of Samuel Gourmet, who is in 5th position. I think it's still Zolly Shabai in 6th. But it's all about these 4 cars for the lead. They're going to have 1 more lap to go, as off the circuit has gone the number 60 car of Trevor Jenkins. But yeah, it's going to be all about these 4 cars. They're going to have 1 more lap to go, and is Oak Richardson going to be able to keep the flying Simon Walker-Hansel behind him for the final 3 miles of Snetterton? Out of Murray's they come up the centre straight to complete the lap. Oh, and now Amy Worthington has had a spin as well in the number 65 car. But over the line they go, and there's 9 tenths between Richardson and Walker-Hansel. Smiles is only a 10th or so behind him, and it's about 2 tenths further back to Pierce. So all to play for.
Yeah, absolutely. Remember, Richardson had about a second on the previous lap as well, but by the time they got into the middle sector, it was absolutely nothing. Walker Hansel, who got a little golf clap from me after that great manoeuvre into Brundle, is already challenging on the outside into the Wilson hairpin. That's a very wide line there for Walker Hansel. Doesn't quite allow Ben Smiles to go through, and the status quo is somewhat maintained on the exit of the corner. We go around Palmer for the final time, and that surely Walker Hansel is looking like the most aggressive of the three here. Slightly wider through Palmer there as well for our race one winner.
Oak Richards is being warned for exceeding track limits as well now, so he cannot afford to do it again, and he might, feel the pressure here because Simon Walker Hansel already alongside him. He's on the outside line for Agostini. He goes very different line and much deeper into the corner. Will he get the cut back on the exit maybe? It's Oak Richardson still leading at the moment. Walker Hansel still second, and the four of them right together as they head off down to Hamilton.
So into Hamilton, the left-hander now. Richardson just leading by, less than half a car length, about a quarter of a length, but he gets it very sideways on the exit of the corner, and Walker Hansel pulls that to the outside for the right-hander. Richardson with a big mistake, though. Did he get tagged into the back of? He's lost all three of those places. Simon Walker Hansel goes into the lead of the race with less than half a lap remaining. It's Ben Smiles in second, and Michael Pearce now fourth. I'm sure Richardson had a little bit of contact there, he could not get it turned into the corner as well. Now is Ben Smiles potentially on course here for a first victory. He's in the slipstream of Simon Walker Hansel going down that Bentley straight. He's looking one way, then the other. Walker Hansel feeling very, very calm. I'm sure his car manoeuvres are very calm going into Brundle and Nelson. He's got the advantage by a couple of car lengths. Surely here it's Simon's to lose. Yeah,
he's the experienced driver here, but he's not looking that experienced through there. He made a bit of a mistake through Nelson, and that gives more encouragement for Ben Smiles. I don't think it actually really closed the gap between them, as Ben Smiles may have just had to get out of that as well, just to avoid contact with the car ahead of him. Michael Pearce is a little bit sideways as well as they head through the bomb hole. Richardson chasing them in fourth. I just think Ben Smiles is too far behind here, barring another mistake for Simon Walker Hansel to try and get through. There's about 4 or 5 car lengths between them as they head into Murray's for the final time. Here they come then. It is Simon Walker Hansel in the lead, looking to make it his second win of the weekend. It's going to be Ben Smiles, I think, best result if it stays this way. Up to the line they come then. Checkered flag is prepared, and the 1, 2, 3 is going to be Simon Walker Hansel, Ben Smiles, and Michael Pearce. And then in fourth place it's Oak Richardson, who was leading going on to the final lap. But a great race, only 4 laps of it, but a really intense fight. Fifth place is going to go the way of 64. No, it's a 168. Zoltan Shibai in the end. Scott Leach, number 13, was 6th. Then Jack Lawrence, 97, was 7th. The 105, Roger Chesno, 8th. Samuel Gormer lost a load of places. I think about 6 places on the final lap, so he was 10th in the end in the 128 car, and behind Ian Tomlinson.
Scott Lawrence potentially with a drama. No,
yes.
It was a Dickie transponder. He's just been put back up into 5th position ahead of Zoltan Shibai.
Yeah, I thought I'd seen the 64 car there, but then he didn't appear. But it was a transponder issue. So yeah, Scott Lawrence 5th, Zoltan Shibai 6th. Everyone else 1 place further down than I originally said. But Simon Walker Hansel winning by half a second there, and it was certainly a thrilling race. For the winner from 46, Ben Smiles in second place, 0.499 seconds behind. Third place went the way of number 70, that was Michael Pearce. In fourth place, number 17, Oak Richardson. Fifth was 64, Scott Lawrence. Sixth was the 168 car of Zoltan Shibai. Seventh, number 13, Scott Leach. 8th to 97, Jack Lawrence. 9th was 105, Roger Chesno. And rounding out the top 10 was number 9, Ian Tomlinson, ahead of Samuel Gormer, Matthew Short, Glenn Whitbrook, and Aidan Wardley. And then on the next screen in 15th place, that's James McCann, Sam Moody 16th, Amy Worthington despite a spin 17th, Philip Barrett 18th, Martin Vernon, who was on pole position of course, 19th, and Andrew Robinson rounding out the top 20 at the end of the final race of the weekend for the 5 Club Racing MX-5 Cup. And those top 3 drivers have already parked in their respective positions, 1, 2 and 3 down there in Parc Fermé, so we'll hopefully be able to hear from them with Kieran very shortly. He's wandering over to have a chat with them. So one more race to come this evening, which is for the BMW Car Club Racing Championship. That will be underway very shortly indeed. So drivers just getting out of their cars down there in Parc Fermé. Ben Smiles taking off his pink helmet and he's shaken off his balaclava as well. Handshakes between the three podium drivers there, and we can hear from them now with Kieran.
Thank you very much. Yes, obviously the three top guys are having a bit of a discussion at the moment. If I can just break this up, Simon, if I can just grab you for a second, that was just consistency.
Yeah, it wasn't just finding the grip. Tell you what, this young lad here did brilliant. It's just like go-karting again, yeah. Which I just reminded him was 24 years ago for me, so I was a bit sort of get up to speed at the start. I saw it go through, and luckily, so at the end we had the pace, so it was just enough laps.
And what happened with Oak? Did he just outbrake himself and went off?
Yeah, he started getting really untidy. He was really quick at the start, got through, and then at the end he just, I don't know, with his tyres or maybe overdriving it, I don't know, but I didn't think I was going to get to the front because I saw that those three were quite quick, and it was just enough.
Yeah. But 3 races, 2 wins, not bad.
Not bad, yeah. I enjoyed this weekend.
Yeah, congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers, thank you very much. Right, let's speak with Ben. A very, very interesting race for you. You were at points sideways for quite a lot of the laps, so that looks interesting.
Yeah, no, it was really good. Obviously didn't quite expect to come second, but no, yeah, just finding where the grip was. It sort of brought me back to the karting days, going around the outside of the track, but yeah, I managed to sort of find where the grip was quite quickly, and yeah, really happy to be honest.
A nice way to end the weekend.
Yeah, amazing. Obviously thanks to my sponsor AGP Auto Service and all my family for coming, but yeah, I'm buzzing. That was brilliant.
Absolutely, congratulations.
Thank you, thanks.
Cheers, thank you. And we've got Michael, P3, that was a bit unexpected at the end there.
Well, Oak sort of did something silly, so I capitalised from that. But no, it was an interesting one for sure. When we did the green flag lap, I thought all of us were going to go off at turn 1. It was that slippy. We tested on Friday in similar conditions, and it wasn't as bad as that. So there's a lot of something gone down over the weekend. But yeah, good race, enjoyed it. And it was hard work, and just trying to keep it on the black stuff was pretty difficult.
And how is it in these conditions, in these cars especially, because obviously they haven't got the most weight in the world, and that's not exactly the most grippy surface?
Just a huge amount of fun. You've just got to be so patient all the time and just try not to push too hard. As you saw, you can just get it sideways all the time, and you just got to be so careful on the throttle. Just a little bit too much, and you're going off one way or the other.
Nice way to end the weekend, though.
I needed some luck after the first race this morning, where I had a bit of a tangle, so I ended up going from 5th to plumb last and fighting my way back to about 8th or 9th. So it was whilst I don't want to go off, it's always fun to push your way through the pack and have a good race like that. But so yeah, I'm quite pleased to finish on the podium after the weekend, really.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the P3.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you. All right, so that's it for the MX-5s for the weekend. We have one race remaining. They are just gridding up now, and that is the BMW Car Club.